Hello and welcome to Chapter 272 of the DC Alliance podcast. With me, as always, is Joe. Joe, how you doing today?
Oh, it's been a day. My daughter's car is acting up, and the bad thing is that I can't get into the shop until next week.
Ooh,
So I don't know.
not gonna lie, I was really hoping you would have said super there, but
Not super though. That's the problem. I wish I could. I wish I could. I wish I could
feel like
say
you feel like
otherwise.
people are throwing cans at you right now.
Well, but yeah. No, but I mean, other than that, I'm doing fine. We're doing okay. Um, I mean, we are about ready to talk about a trailer that I did get to watch a couple times.
Same.
And I have seen some interesting side by side comparisons that I'm sure we'll get into. But yeah, no, how are you though? How are you doing?
I'm doing well, Joe. Sports is killing me right now. When we left the last time when we did DC Alliance, my team was up 2 games to nothing, and they were up 3-1. And now it's 2 games to 2, and we're going into Game 5 tonight. So, yeah, the arse fell out of her, as the saying here in this province. So, uh, yeah, not doing great that side, but besides that, no complaints. So that's really first world problem. So, my sports team is not doing great.
Yeah, sorry about that.
So, so yeah, not too bad, Joe. Like I saw this trailer a couple times. I'm really excited to talk about it. So let's cue it up. Well, before we do that, let me get the network plugs out of the way. So we are part of the Geek Golf Alliance with 6 shows in total. On Mondays is Ranger Alliance. On Tuesdays is a walk through the Multiverse. On Wednesdays is the Animation Nation. On Thursdays is Star Wars Alliance. On Fridays is Marvel Alliance, and on Saturdays is DC Alliance. Star Wars Alliance goes live on the Geekverse YouTube channel Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Normally, they've been going live Saturdays for Andor, which I'm sure they're going to wrap up this week.
Yep.
We also had the Marvel Alliance guys going live Thursdays at 9-10 p.m. Eastern Time, and we go live normally Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. All three of those shows also have their own podcast feed. Search DC Alliance, Marvel Alliance, or Star Wars Alliance. Just about DC content, Marvel content, or Star Wars content only. We've got all 6 shows on GUA Podcast Network. Stay subscribed to GUA on your podcast app of choice. We also have a Patreon, 2 tiers, a $1 tier and a $5 tier. $1 tier is basically tip giant. If we're doing, you want to help us out any way you can. The $5 tier is where you get your extras, get your ad-free episodes, early access episodes, and Patreon exclusive episodes. Myself and Joe are going through all the DC films through the years. Our most recent entry, The Losers, is up there now for the patrons to enjoy. It was a fun discussion, fun movie that I'd never seen before, so that was pretty cool. I do like those. We also have the Marvel Alliance guys. They have 2 shows on the backlog, Tales from the House of X and their Infinity Saga rewatch. Now they're doing their Fantastic Four watch of all the live action movies. I can't remember what the show was called, Baxter something or other.
Baxter Broadcasts.
Baxter Broadcast.
Yep.
So they're going out through all the Fantastic Four films and even the live TV movie, whatever thing that they did, TV movie equivalent.
Well, it's the 1994.
Yeah.
It's not TV movie equivalent. It was actually going to be a movie, but if you watch the documentary, which I remembered, it's called Doomed. It's on Prime. If you watch that, it was never actually going to hit theaters. No. They were doing it because corporations are bad. So
right, isn't it?
Anyway,
maybe. So yeah, they're doing that. And we also have Joe's Multiverse Minutes, where Joe's doing his Disney deep dives on the 1st and 15th of every month. Joe's going to review a Disney film, not just review it, give you fun behind the scenes facts, tidbits, all that sort of thing. We thank everyone that's a patron. If you're not a patron, we can take a quick 30, 60 seconds, rate and review the podcast on your podcast app of choice. I always greatly appreciate it. Helps other people find the shows, and that's always a good thing. Okay, Joe, we got a new trailer. Yay. Bear with me here as I share this and we watch this. Okay.
Ready to go.
And I absolutely adored the trailer.
Are you being serious right now? And what I like about that right there, when he says, yeah, it's a little, he's got a little bit like a nervousness to it.
Yes, and I do love this is completely its own thing, while also paying homage to Superman, the first one, where Lois interviewed Clark. Well, Superman, sorry. And I love how this kind of goes off the rails here, Joe. Like, it really gets contentious at a point. She's saying, like, you've come under a lot of fire.
Sorry.
And Secretary of Defense is now who they're claiming Rick Flag Sr. is.
Okay.
And he's going to look into your actions.
Well, I mean, they say Secretary of Defense and they show Rick Flag. Later on, they say the president and they show Lex Luthor. So let's just take that for a grain of salt.
Yeah, that's true too. So yeah, I don't know if he'd
Oh
be
no,
Secretary of Defense and going like that.
exactly.
So
That's
yeah, I
what I'm
think
saying.
you're right.
Although, I mean, why
Leader of
is James
Argus, leader of
Gunn why is
Argus.
James Gunn stealing from Zack Snyder? You know, Superman and cuffs. Like, what's going on
Oh
here?
my God.
I'm sorry, I
I
had
know,
to.
I know, I know you don't mean serious.
I'm
Uh,
not being serious.
so yeah, the interview going off the rails, and she's like, "I'm not the one being interviewed," and she's like, "Did you consult with the president?" And he's like, "No," and she's like, "You're kind of acting like a representative of the United States," and he was like, "I'm only representing myself, and
Which I like.
doing
Yeah,
good," and I love that. And then
snapping her neck again every time.
she was like, "I would question myself in the situation, consider consequences," and all he said is people were going to die, which is great. And this is all coupled with some fantastic action, and we gotta pause here for a second just to talk about that, Joe. The action in this, the CGI, I'm very impressed. Very impressed. I was a little nervous, but the flights and all that so far, the way he's flying and all that, it's unique on its own, like with the single cam con Top Gun like Top
Okay.
Gun Maverick, but it looks really good. Like it doesn't look bad. I was worried it might look worse than Man of Steel, which it does not. It looks like it's good, it's his own thing, but it does look really good too. So that was one of my favorite things about Man of Steel was the CGI way Superman moved and fought, and we're getting all this here. So I
Now
have no complaints.
so I've only seen this on my phone the couple times I watched it. Watching it here, it looks fine. I'm going to go see Final Destination tomorrow, so I guarantee I'll be seeing this trailer on the
Yeah.
big screen tomorrow. So next week I can report back what I think.
Yes, you let us know what it looks like.
I'm sure it's going to look amazing
because this
but
looks
like,
fantastic. Watching it on the big TV is the best that I could do.
yeah, sure, yeah, I bet.
And yeah, look here, somebody's helping Superman get up. I love it. Like
yeah, he is like he looks great. Oh,
I love that eyes up here, and then the flight that just looks great.
that does look good.
Yeah. So that's what gives me some like and I love this. We're getting
Oh,
more
the
of what
engineer
Lex
looks
is doing,
amazing, man.
and just who goes to town on these robots, and Lex is here looking all badass. I do love how Crypto's putting up a fight.
Yeah.
And there is speculation here that the reason he's able to get into that fortress is because Ultraman is basically a clone of Superman.
Yes.
And he has his DNA.
Yes.
I'm also wondering, will his father die in this if it's based on All-Star Superman at all?
I mean,
Because he does die when he's off fighting and stuff. Like he like hears his father's heartbeat, I think, if I remember, and goes back to him and sees that he's dead.
So All-Star Superman, he died. His father dies constantly, so it's not like it has to be having it loosely based on all of these stories doesn't automatically mean that his father's going to die. Chances are he might die in this story, and then it might help be a driving force for him. Also, but it doesn't mean it could happen.
Also, all the words in that remind me of the old Superman 78.
Oh yeah. The way that
I love it.
They're specifically doing that, and the music tones they have are reminiscent of it as well. So,
Mr. Terrific looks great, and
dude,
this is why I think he might die in
great.
the actual. This is why I think he might die in the actual film. I think he got kryptonite poisoning here. I think you kind of see hints of it, and his dad is still alive.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and we see. I think might be before or after this. Right here, Metamorphose here. It looks like Metamorphose turning part of his hand into kryptonite to make Superman weak.
Okay, interesting.
So this could be after that. I've seen even. I'm pretty sure even in Justice League, like Metamorpho could turn into the stuff to make out kryptonite.
Sure.
So, and yeah, they go to town on him here. I'm not sure who's in the prison with him as a girl, and she's horrified. And then we see the JLI. Superman fighting Engineer and Ultraman. And his mother, I clean your boots, so go get them ready for you. And yeah, this stuff looks great. Him fighting the kaiju. Even the Green Lantern stuff looks really well. So yeah, I'm really excited for this film, Joe.
But we got to see Metamorpho do a couple things there,
and Mr. Terrific as well.
Mr. Terrific do a couple things. Green Lantern do some more things.
Where she's like, "You have a dog?" That's a pretty cute scene too.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was a great trailer. I thought this was fantastic,
It's filmed in IMAX.
and it's the
Do I
perfect
want to go
start.
see it in IMAX?
I'm definitely going to see it in IMAX.
Yeah, but like true IMAX.
I don't know. I don't know if it's true IMAX or not.
That's what
So
I'm saying.
I'm
Like
assuming
to
no.
see it in true IMAX, I'd have to go down to Indy, which is a 2-hour drive. Which I mean, it's fine, but like I'd have to go into the Children's Museum to go see it, and good. Don't know if I have time.
So before we jump into the Easter eggs and stuff that's spotted in this Twitter thread that I have, let's take
Ooh.
our only ad break of the evening. Listeners, we're in the ad support network. We will pick the ads or the volume. We're going to do a quick 3 count to adjust your volume, and we'll be right back in 3, 2, 1. And we're back. Okay, Joe. So I'm going to get into this Twitter thread now of the Easter eggs. So yeah, Superman. Rick Flag is not Secretary of Defense. He is the head of Argus, like we thought before.
Okay.
So apparently, there's rumors that the Metahuman Act is going to be put in here or lead to this.
Interesting.
So yeah, Engineer is going to appear. She's allied with Lex Luthor and uses nanites to morph her body into different weapons. She's also a member of the Authority, a team of antiheroes who, well, they say will star in an upcoming movie, but that's been put on the shelf for now.
Yeah, I'll say that's not happening anymore.
And we got a brief appearance from Metamorpho. We both spoke about that, and he appears to be using kryptonite against Superman, who he's locked in a prison with. So we saw that too as well. The Purple Soldiers are likely controlled by Lex Luthor. They appear to be enforcing metahuman prison, working with the Engineer, and Lois and Mr. Terrific have to fight them. So that's who Mr. Terrific's fighting in that little scene that we with his spheres.
Okay.
Green Lantern, Hot Girl, Mr. Terrific appear. We've seen all them. Their corporate sponsor, Justice League, backed by billionaire Maxwell Lord's company, Lord Tech, which we see, and we see Stag in the series too as well. The team president counter argument against the governments and corporations should control superheroes' actions. So again, the Metahuman Actor team is coming into play here. Apparently, Maxwell Lord is going to be in the movie, but he's not shown at all. But we do see a little bit of Lord Tech.
Yeah,
On
so
the thing that she uses to record Superman.
we heard about that a while back, right? That Lord was going to be in the movie.
Yeah.
All right.
We got 2 little spots of Lord Tech there, so that was pretty cool. And yeah, the main issue here seems to be that Superman stopped an army, like a war in Boravia, and people are saying that Hammer of Boravia guy that Superman's fighting is actually Ultraman.
Okay.
And like they kind of had it faced so they can like besmirch Superman is where they're going with this. So I'm not sure. Yeah, so it's the nation where the Superman stopped the war. It appears to be someone inside a robot suit. So, and people say this might be the first nods to Lex Luthor's suit that we get in the future.
Okay.
And yeah, he's fighting the giant kaiju. Speculated they came from a pocket dimension, and other people are speculating that Lex Luthor created it.
The pocket dimension?
No, the kaiju.
The kaiju.
Yeah. So I'm assuming pocket dimension because of Peacemaker and what we got from that.
Okay.
So yeah, that was
my
logic. And we see Big Billy Burger multiple times throughout that. And all the streets in Metropolis are named after iconic Superman writers.
Yeah, it's been happening for a while. They've actually they've been putting that in the comics for some time now, which I do like. Like it's pretty awesome. They've been doing that.
Also, a lot of damage going on with Metropolis. Like news reports says, a flood has occurred, and everything. It looked like there's purple stuff on the ground, which looks like could be Metamorpho's powers.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I didn't know. I noticed the purple, but I didn't put that together before. And Eve Pissmacher is in there. She's played by Sarah Sampino.
Was that the one doing the selfie in the picture?
Yeah.
Okay.
And in the headquarters of Choco's company are attacked. The Oreos that Martian Manhunter has. That's one of the places that guy's shooting at what looks to me like heat vision.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a little Superman figure in a Daily Planet. That was another thing. Jitter's coffee appears. We've seen that in the Flash.
Yeah.
Cat Grant is shown. Steve Lombard shown for a minute, for a brief second. And people are speculating that the thing is another kaiju in the sky. The like neon lights thing.
I thought we figured out that was
That's what we think it is.
Solaris.
Hilarious, but that's other speculations just after this trailer now because of the other kaiju.
Oh, okay.
And they're wondering if the prison that Lex has the alien is pocket dimensions, just like Peacemaker.
It's possible. I was kind of thinking now that could possibly be inside the Fortress of Solitude.
I wonder that too. That's a possibility, Joe. I didn't think about that, but that is definitely a way they could go. There's a lot of stuff in this. The Ultraman, it could be Ultraman, it could be Bizarro. Those are the two possibilities.
Yeah, I mean, Bizarro was thrown out there. Yes, I mean, we see Ultraman in the Ultraman suit, all messed up. Yeah, I don't know.
I would like it to be Ultraman from Earth 3. That'd be pretty cool. But not get into that until later on down the line. And then,
yeah, that's the tricky thing, because you obviously don't want to touch on the multiverse because of what happened with Flash, but at the same time, you
could do that one where a good Lex Luthor shows up, and that could be your first big Justice League movie where you get the two different Justice League factions fighting, and that could be done well because it was done really well.
The Crime Syndicate and the Justice League, yeah,
and then,
that could work because they are two distinctive, leagues.
And then you build your next story you can do potentially down the line Crisis as well, where then you can bring those people back and like help they be teaming up after you get this big war of them fighting before. So that's a way they can go. Like there's so many possibilities, but this movie has so much pressure on it, Joe. So much pressure.
That's logical. And we're talking about a company who has changed a streaming service name 5 times, and now they're going back to like their third name.
Which is what people said, why don't you keep HBO in it? Because that's kind of what and they're putting more shows on HBO because they realize, like, they're big dum-dums, Joe. Like, they didn't even tell half the people. I love the thing I shared with you guys in the chat of John Cena telling the other people, like, yeah, like, I'm not going to say Max anymore because they're changing their name tomorrow to HBO Max. And the people in the background that are doing the commercials are like, what? They're doing that? They're like, yeah, they're going to announce that at the upfronts tomorrow. And there's one with James Gunn being the same thing, being the same way.
I think the problem is that everybody kept calling it HBO Max even after they named it Max.
Yeah, it was
like there were so many like podcasts that I listen to, and even myself when I'm talking about my other show, and I'm like, oh, what streaming service is yada yada on? And I would say HBO Max.
We still say HBO Max.
We still say HBO Max. Like should have kept the HBO Max anyway.
But yeah, this is more important. This film has so much writing on it. This has a universe. This has, like, comic books been taking a hit lately in terms of how much money they're making.
Yeah. So there was a couple things I seen on the internet. One, the picture background we have, when Superman here gets hit with a can, he blinks. And in this new trailer, they edited that out. He doesn't blink now. I don't know if that was something that people were really upset about. I actually did see somebody put a reel together of I think it was Christopher Reeve. No, it was Brandon Routh being shot. It was Henry Cavill having something being shot and not blinking, him getting hit with a can, blinking.
You could have just caught it too. It could be just something they missed because I don't mind them putting that in. Like, it's not something that I would immediately notice. Like, I was more noticing the angry mob that hated Superman more than Superman wincing when a can hit him. But it would make sense.
Sure.
I can understand you look back and you're like, oh yeah, maybe we should take that out. I hope it's not because they saw some people complaining on Twitter. I hope it'd be like,
I mean, it could be
we missed that. Let's fix that.
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Could be like that too.
Another thing I saw was the scene where he saves the little girl. The background, like the city skyline, is more, I don't say fleshed out, but you see more buildings, like you see the CGI in it, a little more depth of it, comparatively with the original teaser and the actual trailer. So there's that. I think that's
I
the only
noticed
two I
something.
saw.
I noticed
Would you
something
Would you
that
see?
it was called Luthor Corp instead of Lex Corp.
Ooh,
So
okay.
I'm wondering, is there a possibility that Lex Luthor's father is still alive?
It's also a possibility Lena could be around.
Yeah. So I just wonder if that's a possibility at all, because
Yeah,
sometimes we see it as Lex Corp, sometimes it is Luthor Corp, sometimes
yeah.
it waits
If,
until Lex takes over, then it becomes Lex Corp.
so LexCorp indicates it's just Lex in
Yeah,
charge. LutherCorp indicates it could be Lionel, it could
yeah,
be Lena, it could just be Lex, it could be any of them. So if it's LutherCorp, I'm more inclined to see that his family is around.
yeah.
So
So
that's a good catch. I like that.
yeah, I noticed that on the thing, and I also noticed engineer on top of the Lex Corp, like like thing that connects the two buildings.
Okay.
Yeah. So he
Yeah,
doesn't. You
engineer.
barely see her, but like,
I'll say engineer look cool. Like
yeah, the
her
nanotech.
nanobites,
Yeah,
nanotech blades looked really cool. I cannot wait to see her in action, like
and
fully in action.
like I said, all the CGI looks great. I thought this was a great trailer. This is the first trailer technically,
Yeah, and
because the
we're.
other one was a teaser and a behind the
Mhm.
scenes look.
I
So
mean, we are a month out, and
yeah,
I
well,
I
month and
off
a half.
is it a month and a half?
It's July, so it's
Oh
only
yeah,
May,
sorry,
so we're
my
two
bad.
months out. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
two
like, I
months
thought I
out.
put in 63 days like a couple days ago when I
My
shared
bad,
that.
my
So
bad. I
it's like
guess I just
60
really want it.
days, but
Okay, so we could get one more trailer.
yeah, well, I think we will. I think we'll get
I
one.
don't need it.
We don't need it. We're there day
But
one,
we're already hyped. But
but
I'm there. You know what?
and
I will watch it. We'll
the
be
way
excited.
DC News is going, we'll take the content too,
Yeah,
Joe.
there's that too.
But yes, I think this was a great trailer. Like thumbs up on this for me.
Yeah,
I can't wait to maybe get some more Easter eggs and stuff we can talk about next week about this and just see the numbers. I know Superman was trending #1 on Twitter.
yeah,
Uh,
because Ironheart trailer also dropped today. So the fact
yeah,
that
that was not a smart move. That was yeah, of all things. Like if it was an Avengers or something, I'd be like, yeah, okay, I understand that. But like
yeah, but
Ironheart's
I
going
mean
to get
it's Ryan,
swallowed up over
which
Superman.
sucks because it's a Ryan Coogler
I know. We're
project.
both gonna watch
I'm
it,
gonna
but
watch it,
yeah,
but like
but like I haven't watched the
Superman.
trailer yet because I've been so busy today. I'm gonna watch it now when we're done here today. I'm gonna go up and watch it. But yeah, I don't know how smart of a move that was, but again, I'm hyped for this Superman movie. I can't wait to see it, Joe. And
Same.
yeah, this was just a little special reaction to the trailer and the Easter eggs. And yeah, it's a long weekend this weekend, so we'll be back next week with more DC goodness and a whole bunch of news, I'm sure, and how this trailer did metrics wise. So
Oh, thank you, D Toll. Coogler's just a producer on it. I
yeah,
appreciate that. Thank you.
yeah, he is, he is.
I thought
So
he directed it.
no,
Appreciate that.
he's behind the scenes on it. He was talking about it in that behind the scenes thing we saw yesterday, though. The character,
Oh, I didn't watch that.
yeah, he was on that
Sorry.
talking about that. So yeah, Superman trailer, thumbs up for me, Joe. I have no complaints at all for it. There wasn't one thing that I didn't like that I saw.
Yeah, trailer looked great. More excited. I mean, I was already excited for this movie, but I'm more excited.
I just hope it does really well. Okay, listeners, we'll be back next week with more DC goodness. Until then, see you, everyone.
Bye, y'all.